Hello, and welcome to our debriefing uh, session of the African Rice Global Conference. I want to congratulate you for being part of this movement and kudos. Great job, team. Great job, Cameroon. Great job, team Rwanda, team Uganda, team Nigeria, team Ghana, team Kenya. And of course, Team United States. Of course, we're not missing out Team South Africa and many others. All right. So let us know where you're joining us from, even as we dive deeper into this conversation. Yes. We have here with us the leader of the registration department, and this is not any other person but leader Molly Tessie. I'm so excited to see you in this call. Uh, da, 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 Daisy? Okay, Daisy, um, I will not bring you into the camera until you let me know that you bring into the camera. Okay. Right. Let us know where you're joining us from. Yeah. Woo. Uh, my God. Oops. Okay. Hello, Benedict. Hi. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can do that. Awesome. I love that. Thank you so much to go to church at these things. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks so much. All right. Next one. Okay. Bye. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let us know. Hello, Mara. Which part of the world are you joining us from? Zita, Tim, Timpemi. Hi, Zita. Welcome. Hi, Texas. Uh, sorry, I'm just bringing. Uh, okay, you have to. So, you guys, I'm sure some powerful leaders around the world. Um, yeah. So let us know. Please don't put on your camera if you don't feel like doing it. Okay. I know you might be from office. I know you might be from your bedroom right now. You could be hanging out in the restaurant. Don't put on your camera if you don't feel comfortable. But if you want to, feel free. This is a debriefing session. It's not. It's a conclusion of our conference. Okay. So we have here Henry. Henry, where are you joining us from? Which country? Please. There's no. That name sounds like Uganda or something. South Africa. All right. So what's the way forward? What's the way forward? All right. So I was discussing communication team. Matan, communication team. Yes. Casey. Oh, the beautiful faces. I love you guys. Are looking very bright. So I was sharing with my mentor, James Kenan, uh, about the what we did at the conference, and he was excited. I have some great news to announce, by the way. Uganda, Henry is written out from Uganda. Yeah, I said the name sounds like Uganda. So, so we're gonna do a lot of few things, a lot of things, but I just want to talk about three things. Three things. So we gonna sponsor some. We voted. I don't know if Milanese here really, really hits like that. So we voted. So we had three projects to execute after the conference. Uh, Talks USA, we want to do, we got some people registered, the one certificate, no, attestation for the conference. So because of that, we have selected a single model from any part of the world. We have three right now, and we have to select just one. We are gonna sponsor this person. Um, we're gonna support this person with a livelihood activity. As a result of the attestations we sold, $5 from the conference, we have decided to use the money for the attestations we sold to support a single model um, from uh, from the list we have received. We received three, I think more, but we're going to vote. Our leaders will vote for one that we can support with livelihood. So that is how we decided to use like 75% of the money we received from for attestations. And then the remaining 25% of the money we use for attestation together with my team of directors, team members, we decided we're gonna give it back to our volunteers who volunteered at the conference. Each volunteer should buy a bottle of top, drink with the family. They could put data on their phone. They could do something with that. At least buy a plate of food, get a drink, just to say thank you for doing everything it takes to be uh, for us to have a successful event that we did. It was 3 days. Day one was fire. Day two came with some challenges, tech challenges. Some people were traveling, like I was traveling. And day three was great. We made it because you were there 24/7 to make sure that everything worked. So we want to say thank you, congratulations, congratulations, and congratulations. So that was the first thing that I wanted to say. How we intend to use the money for. So right now, Tessie, are you there? Hello, Tessie. Tessie is our team leader for registration. Tessie was there. Great, thank you, Tessie. So we had over 32 people who already paid for their registration, and that is 80,000 pounds. So that's what we have as of now already, and that's how we use the money. Okay, that was one usage of the attestations. Um, we have to print attestations, so part of the money we use to print the attestations. All right. Number two, we're looking at our Africa Must Rise 2026 event. Africa Must Rise 2026 event. So how it's going to look like? Okay, how it's going to look like? So we're going to be doing a physical event in Africa. We, for now, we have Cameroon, Rwanda, our mind. So I don't know if we're going to settle one of these countries for this event. So the event is going to take place in the first quarter of 2026, and our team is ready. The different departments are ready to put on what it takes for us to get that done. Yeah. So we have to begin working on that the end of this December. We're putting things together. Our team is we're putting things together to ensure that everything works well. Yeah. So the African Must Rise Global Conference 2026 is going to be hosted in Africa, and it's going to be a physical event. We actually did a poll where people needed votes, and so far Cameroon has the highest votes so far, second by Rwanda, third by Kenya. So everything is equal. Cameroon is definitely going to be hosting the African Global Conference 2026. Friend, I cannot wait for this. This is going to be another history-making moment because Africa cannot rise if you don't rise. Africa cannot rise if you don't believe. One of my coaches, Mario said, The greatest thing you need is not money, people, resources to get things done. And guess what? The greatest thing that will change your life, enable Africa to change, the world to change, is this one thing. And guess what? Is your ability to believe. We are all here today because we believe that the Africa Must Rise Global Conference 2025 will happen. And here we go. We did it. Nobody stopped us. Nothing stopped us. Even technologies do not stop us. Right. We all did it because as volunteers, we believed. And then we dared that we could do it. And so, for us to achieve anything as a group of people, as Africans or descendants of Africa, all we have to do, my dear friend, is to do this one thing, not two, not three things, not four things, not five things, one. And this one thing is believe. So if you believe, write on the comment section, believe. That's the word of that's the word of for me. Believe. Thank you so much, Henry from Uganda. Nice Uganda friend. Thank you, Priska. Priska is from Cameroon, Bamenda. Beautiful. Thank you, Fisi. Have. Beautiful. Guess she's joining us from Cameroon somewhere. Thank you, Buji Immaculate. Great sister watching from Bamenda, Cameroon. Yes, we have to believe. That is all. And we are therefore saying that for us to make 2026 an unforgettable year with our first ever physical conference, all we have to do is to believe, and the rest will happen. Thank you so much, Codis. Star Groups watching from Cameroon. Great job, bro. Awesome. We just have to believe. All right. So, are you ready? So we can go. All right. So the number first thing was how we decided to use our little resources we had. The second thing was the next plan for 2026 African Must Rise Global Conference fiscal event. And we want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our speakers from America to South Africa to Cameroon, different parts of the world. We just want to say thank you for sacrificing time, energy to present, to rehearse, to prepare the speech. That was so phenomenal. And we want to say thank you. And the good thing for our speakers is that a couple of you will be retained for the 2026 fiscal event in probably Cameroon. We'll be so delighted to have some of you come back and speak. And like we all know, this was a voluntary launch prototype that worked so well. And we are looking forward to the fiscal event in Africa. And please stay alert, stay tuned because we're reaching out to you to have you as one of our speakers for the fiscal conference in Africa. Because we believe we love you and we love your dream. So we want to say thank you from the bottom of our heart. All right. And I just want to take this opportunity to just coordinate with the speakers and just a word of thanks to each and every one of them. We understand that not all the speakers that were on the flyer spoke, which that's okay. Maybe because of one or two reasons they were not able to do that. We appreciate the fact that you opted to speak. And so we had 90% of the speakers on flyers that spoke, and all the speakers that presented they did a great job. So I want to start by thanking a very special way about Patience from Cameroon, in Yaoundé, Cameroon. She was one of our speakers. She did a great presentation, and we want to say, Patience, thank you so much, ma'am, for reaching out with your wisdom, with your experience, and your story from silent to significance. That was so powerful, and we were so blessed listening to you. Thank you, William Arrows from South Africa, for sharing us what we need to do as Africans to rise. in the entrepreneurship ecosystem. Your story is a limelight that we have to really emulate to be able to build Africa and to rise as a continent to become more greater. Thank you, Dr. Stanley Fungod from United States, a descendant of Africa from Cameroon. Your presentation about AI, what it takes, that the future has begun, was so powerful, bro. We are so proud of you. Somebody told me that your presentation was fire. It was more like a master lecture in Harvard University. You know what I mean? Like, it was so powerful that people left the conference electrified. And of course, I already have right now my 38 factor. For those who attended Dr. Stanley station, you know what I'm talking about. He talked about the 38 factor. All right. So for those who participated, they know what I'm talking about. I already have my 38 factor. I don't know. Do you have your own 38 factor? Okay, or 38 reason to build Africa. So thank you, Dr. Salai Power. He came in on day 3 and flared up. It was electrifying, it was powerful. The importance of health, how to take care of your health, why you contribute to the rising of Africa. That was so powerful, bro. Thank you, Takwe Boniface from Cameroon. My brother, you nailed it. Mental health, how to reposition your mind to attract what it takes to build Africa to be greater. Bonnie, you are a true you're so true to the story you share and to what you preach, and you really practice it. As a health professional leading a huge department in the hospital where you work, leading hundreds of people, you came in very powerfully from the perspective of the mind. You digested it so well, and we're so blessed to have you as one of our speakers for the African Conference Global Conference. A big high shout and thanks to Ferdinand Business Senior, the president of Ada Cameroon. My goodness, bro, you nailed it. We are so proud of you and we're so impressed that you came in. You surprised us really like you were not really showing signs that you're going to be there, but boom, you just came in and delivered. And that is the kind of people we want in Africa, the kind of leaders we all pray and pray for. Because one leaders who talk less and do more. And you demonstrated that by just coming in, delivering beyond expectations and getting out. Like that was so powerful, bro. And I'm so proud of you. And I just want to say, keep it up. The spirit is so powerful. And that is the kind of momentum and spirit we need to rise as a continent. And a big special shout out to Christina Lenyori. My gosh, what a leader. What a short but powerful presentation. Despite all the hits, right? From a community where the internet connection was pretty poor to at least giving in your best shot by recording a 6 to 8 minute talk to be broadcasted live. That was a perfect example of grit. I'm talking about resilience and focus and determination. Those are the kind of leaders we need in Africa to rise and to make the continent greater. People who are resilient, people who are focused and determined to do whatever it takes to make the continent great again. So, Christina, thank you. God bless you. Renee, Dr. Renee Pala, thank you for day 1. Right? It was fire. I remember after I opened the conference with the second speaker, he spoke so much about what it takes. And he gave example of leaders of people, Africans, people born in Africa, even living in Africa, who are making a difference. People like Aliko Dangote, the richest African. He mentioned people like great actors and poets. It was so powerful what he talked about. And it was a blessing for us to have you, Dr. Pala Rede, as one of the speakers at the African Rise Global Conference. So God bless you. Thank you for blessing us with your wisdom, knowledge, and experience. Things will never end. Thank you so much, John Etta, the president of the JFC. My God, bro, you really you came in so powerful. Man, I'm so proud of you. Beyond the fact that you're my business partner and collaborator, you are a brother. Don't forget that. And your presentation was great, and I love it. You nailed it. And you surprised us. Like when I was in the backstage saying, I was like, hey, John, are you there? Hey, John. John was not saying anything. And John sent me his personal assistant. They're Oliver that I'm coming. So when she came, she was like, "Hey, sir, hey, John is in the meeting right now," and he's like, "When are you? When is he talking?" I'm like, "John is the next speaker." I'm like, "You were like, oh, he'll be coming behind, but he will come." So I texted John again. I was like, "John, you're the next speaker, bro." And people are waiting. The second speaker is about to finish, John. And John did not reply. Guess what? Before I noticed, our technical team told me that, hey, Oliver, John is already in the call. I was like, woo, praise God. And that's how John came in and fired up the room. And it was so powerful. That is what we can do as Africa. That's what we can do as leaders. Promise less, over deliver. And I'm so proud of John. John, thank you, brother. You nearly. I always, in fact, you have to come back again and speak at the physical event in Africa for the African Must Rise Global Conference. Oh my God. Somebody's calling me. Can I answer? Thank you so much, John, once again. And to Melanie, my gosh, Melanie Kumanji. Melanie is actually the coordinator for all our volunteers, 7 different departments. Melanie is the one who is leading the entire team of volunteers. Late night meetings, preparing for our speech, other meetings to make this work. Melanie, you are phenomenal. You were well, you were well brought up, and all your mentors and coaches they did a great job. We are so proud of you. As a daughter of Africa, you make us proud. As the chief coordinator for the African Most Rights Global Conference, every second count and every minute was important. And despite all the business, being a university lecturer, working, you made it in your presentation and you did a great job. Despite the internet challenges, you still nailed it. And we're proud of you. Melanie. Did you hear that? We're proud of you. Thank you so much. Moving forward, we want to thank our brother and friend Milton Benyo. My boy, you did it. And I'm so proud of you. Your presentation was short, succinct, but very, very insightful. And for that, I want to say thank you for doing everything, and for never giving an excuse, but always delivering. We are so grateful, Milton, you came in powerfully and you did your best. God bless you. And of course, we want to thank in a very special way our youngest speaker. This is not any other person, but Chris Wisdom. Please put it up for Chris Wisdom. This young man, God watch out for him. He's coming up very powerfully, and the Lord has been faithful. He spoke for I think 6 minutes, and he did a great job. He knew it. Yeah, Chris, you're a great guy. Bro. I'm so proud of you, Chris. And to another younger speaker, um, I'm talking about Abigail. Abigail came in, did a great work, and she did a great job. And Abigail, you guys really graced day three of this event. And we're so proud of the two of you. And you're going places. We're proud of you. We're so proud of you guys. And so that was, see, the conference we had speakers that were 10 years, we had speakers that were above 50 years. So it is a cross section of the different age groups coming to make Africa rise greater and again and again. And so I don't am not missing any other speaker that presented. A couple of other speakers we have. One of our speakers did not present because our team was not able to download our video on time. It came late, and so our team was not able to download. And she got a great presentation. We're going to make the presentation available in the community, right in the WhatsApp group where we have all the participants, so they can watch directly from there. The other three speakers that did not show up, one of them took permission for some work-related things. One did not show up at all. I don't know what is happening with him. Two did not show up at all. I don't know what's happening with them. Probably communication was not very effective on their own side. And guys, that is how we saw it for our speakers. I just thought it wise to call up the news and then give a high shout for the great job they did. For the great job they did. Please, can you put it up for our speakers? They did a wonderful job, right? And I also want to take this opportunity to give a high shout to all our volunteer leaders, right? All our volunteer leaders. So we had volunteers at the level of communication department. My gosh. So we have a great leader who's heading that department, and this is Young Noel. Kudos to you, Young Noel. You nailed it, bro. Like, I'm so proud of you. You're a great leader. Leading a lot of people. You got us amazing results. And the marketing department, somehow were not effective. They were not effective along the way. And the communication department took over the marketing job, took over their own communication part of it, and they were just pushing it. That is so powerful. The marketing department, guys, you did it. The communication department, you joined the marketing department to do it even more than we expected. And we want to say thank you and God bless you. Tech and production, my goodness. Tata Rodrigo was leading this particular department, tech and production. You did a great job, Tata. We are so proud of you, Shane, and may God bless you. Your team was phenomenal. On time, you produced the different videos, edited videos, stayed in the back scene, scheduling the event, the speakers, programming, and I cannot just leave the tech and the production department uh, without mentioning these people. Tata, you are one of the guys that you were so instrumental in this team. And we have another volunteer from Rwanda. This is Ayok Emmanuela. Ayok Emmanuela, thank you, and thank you. You nailed it. Ayok Emmanuela was literally the brain behind each speaker that spoke, each video you watched, and all the technical challenges that we were facing in the background that you had no clue what was happening. Emanuela was the engineer, the scientist, the architect behind all the programming you saw. And one phenomenal thing about Emanuela was that, you know, we took a very short time to prepare her for that job and she did that. So kudos to Emanuela. Also want to thank Sandrine. Sandrine was another phenomenal lady. Sandrine did a great job. Sandrine was the speaker coordinator. Sandrine was in connection with all the speakers. She sent follow-up messages throughout till the last day of the event. She got all the speakers ready. All the speakers that presented, Sandrine orchestrated them to the take before they could present. And Sandrine, okay, God bless you. We're so proud of you and you nailed it. And then we want to also say thank you, Molly Tessie. That was leader of our communication. That was leader for the registration department. Tessie, God bless you. I'm so proud of you. You gave everything, 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 and we saw the effort you put in, and God will continue to bless you. We want to thank Monday Hope. That was our pastor, our Reverend Hope. She was the one behind the spiritual dynamics of this event. We're praying every day. As people of faith, as Christians, we put God first in anything. So we had a prayerful team that was behind the scenes, firing prayers every single day, devotions. And faith was the engine behind this team, leading them and bringing devotions every single day. And it was beautiful what God was able to do, despite the technical challenges we faced, especially from day two. We made it because we had intercessors, we have prayer warriors that were right at the vaccine, firing prayers, and God did it. So we want to say, Holy Faith, thank you. I think after this conference, you're going to the seminary to finish with what I don't know whether it's your PhD or your master's or your undergrad degree in theology. I don't know, but from today you become our pastor, Pastor Mundi Hope. Thank you so much, Felix Jam. Felix Jam is a leader that was actually in the department, I think registration. This guy is actually one of my mentees. I'm so proud of him. He provoked us at a certain point with very intelligent questions that provoked our thinking power and we're able to think beyond. And that helps us to prepare some solutions to problems that we're yet to encountered. And guess what? Eventually, these problems came. But guess what? By the time they came, we already had Felix who triggered our minds to think ahead. And we just unpackaged the solution we already prepared and we applied. And it was boom. And we want to give thanks to God and thank people like great leaders like Felix Jam, an amazing upright leader who is very disruptive, especially when it comes to raising boys that become men. That God can be said, I'm proud of this man. So, Felix, thank you so much. So, you are not one of the leaders in the volunteering in department, but your role was so phenomenal that we cannot talk about the leaders without mentioning your name. Thank you, sir. God bless you. And we want to say thank you to Raisa. Pi Raisa did a great job at the level of marketing with John Noel. They did a great job trying to push the messages out there to get it to the right people that had to sign it for the conference. Thank you so much, Larry. Thank you so much to Banta Faith Mbongisi. Mhm. Faith, you did a great job uh, joining well marketing department to lead and to get more people sign up for the event. We want to say thank you. Um, Clinton Howard was actually leading the marketing department, and along the way, he got carried away by a lot of other personal engagements, which I don't know if they will not see him. We hope he is fine. We pray for him and God to help him and protect him. Clinton, if you're listening to this, reach us up and let us know if you're okay or you're fine. God bless you for your efforts you have. Uh, those were the leaders, and above all, we had the coordinator, the leader, Melanie. Melanie was the coordinator and she did a great job by heading this to success. And I want to say, one of my pastors, Pastor Craig, saying, everybody gets better when the leader is better. Okay, means that everybody gets greater when the leader is greater. Everybody gets great when the leader is great. So the success of the team is always dependent on the leader. And when things fail, I will never blame anybody but myself if I'm the leader in that department. So I understand this, and Melanie is a perfect example of a great leader. This team is great because of Melanie being the leader. So that aligns with what Pastor Peter say. Everybody gets better when the leader is better. So the question I'm asking you as a leader is: are you getting better every day, making effort to grow yourself, develop yourself, to become a better version of yourself every single day, so that the people you are leading will be better, not just managing and struggling? Because problem is never the people, but the leader. So leaders, be wise, watch out, and make sure that they do what God expects you to be doing. Because on the last day, we're going to give an account to how we lead the people that they were under our leadership. So thank you to the speakers, thank you to the volunteers and all the leaders. And above all, thank you to the participants. The event was so powerful. Altogether, we had an average of 150 people that participated. From the videos, we had right up to 300 views for video production team and statistics. Means that we had a lot of people who watched the conference, but they were not in the WhatsApp group, which we want to say thank you, and thank you to every participant. We want to say thank you, God bless you. And we pray that it should not just be an opportunity to get facts, statistics, and charge up where you go back and do see on that. This should be an opportunity for you to scale up, grow, right? And you ask yourself, what am I doing with this knowledge I have acquired through this event? What am I going to do? How would I apply this? And that is exactly what I was discussing. I was discussing with my mentor just a few minutes after this before this meeting, and he said something very interesting, right? He said something very interesting when I was talking about this meeting, and that is what I want to talk about shortly here. That is exactly what I want to talk about shortly here. Like you already know, uh, we are looking at the 2020 2025, 2026 conference coming up in less than no time, and our team is getting ready for that. Okay, our team is getting ready for that. Um, so something very interesting. I was discussing one of my mentors. So I just want to bring this as we discuss because the idea is after this, what next? What next? So can somebody type in the comment section? What next? What next? Awesome. So I just had a meeting with one of my mentors. Um, so he said for the African Most Rise 2026 Global Conference, uh, so I was asking him, I was like, sir, will you mind to travel to Cameroon, to Rwanda, to speak at the Africans Most Rise Global Conference? Now, for those who don't know, this is James Kennan. James Kennan is actually the guy who got to the United States. He started mentoring me in like 2012. He mentored me for 12 years. I got my first international speaking opportunity and he eventually invited me to speak in his event in Arizona and all of that. So he got me again and again and again and again. And, you know, so he's a very instrumental person in my life. And most of the stuff I want to do, I sit on the table with him, we discuss strategies and ideas and we see how we can get the best to do that. And so when I asked him, I was like, James, would you mind to join us in Africa for the African Most Rise Global Conference 2026? And we were like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And so he said that can be a good opportunity. He has never been to Africa and he loves to visit Africa. And uh, he told me that he's not like really assuring and guaranteeing that he's going to do that. That his calendar at times changes very fast, especially around January, early start of the year. But that's a great leader because great leaders they under promise and over deliver. All right. So when somebody like James makes statements like that, that means a lot to a community like us. And having James in Cameroon to as a speaker in our 2026 event is a big possibility for us. Okay. And he has seen the momentum, and of course, he would love to be part of what is happening in Africa as we uh, rebuild our narratives. So that was it. That was it. But before the conference, what are we doing before the conference? So this is actually something that James told me that he would love to join, so we can do this together. So we want to do a challenge, a 7 days challenge, a 7 days challenge to only people who participated in the conference. So as the 7 days challenge is gonna not be this December, uh, like our schedule has been filled up for December. It's gonna be early January, 7 days challenge, early January. What's the objective of this challenge? This challenge is an opportunity for you to practice. If you need kind of an accountability partner, someone to hold you accountable, what you learn in the conference. So, like I said, it's gonna be 7 days, and these are some practical things we're gonna do for these 7 days. So we actually created the challenges. Africa must write 7 day voices of purpose challenge. So it's going to be a journey of courage, clarity, and commitment. So we're starting with day zero. Okay, day zero. So day one, then the mirror of identity asks what the future version of you is calling your name right now. The mirror of identity. So what we're going to be talking on in that short session is going to be asking you a question. What future version of you is calling your name right now? You heard what patient said, that she was timid, she was shy, she's afraid to go to school in Cameroon. The parents said that she has wasted their money because she failed GCE 3 times, right? But the question she kept asking herself was, what was the future version of myself saying? The vice principal, the director of our school, the international speakers, the special just spoke in the United States, one of our events not long. That was her future vision. The author of the book, she just released her book. That was her future vision. So, what is your future session saying right now? What's your future vision saying right now? What's your future self saying right now? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. And so that's the first thing we're going to be doing for day number one of this challenge. So where participants are going to record a 45-second selfie video completing this sentence. After the Africa Must Rise conference, I now believe I am. Tell us your future vision. Okay. Then, so we're going to listen and then highlight the strengths that we see, and then we're going to celebrate the most creative recording, and we're going to tell those people that they deserve to be heard. And what that means is that we are holding you in, we are working with you in that journey of your future self. Day two, we're going to write your story. Your past cannot sit in the driver's seat. Cannot. The things you did, the mistakes you did in the past, they are gone for good. And you don't have to allow those mistakes to play in your presence and in your future. Because they will keep distracting and derailing you and pulling you back from the assignment that's ahead of you. So that's going to be the first purpose of day two. So the question we're going to ask you is, what story have you been telling yourself that no longer serve you? There are stories I used to tell myself that no longer serve me right now. There are stories that a lot of people around the world are telling themselves that no longer serve them. So what stories have you been telling yourself that do no longer serve you? That's what we'll be digesting on day two. All right. And that's going to be really, really, really powerful. So the task you're going to be doing, like, write one paragraph titled "The Old Me Has Expired" and share it. So you're going to write a paragraph. Okay. You're going to take a pen, take a notebook, write a paragraph of your story, and the title of it is going to be "The Old Me Has Expired." The old me has expired. You will write it down. The old me has expired as a topic of the letter. Write the letter to us, to yourself, and send to us. And then at the end of the day, you print the letter and send it back to you as your accountability partner, and you put it somewhere in your room where you see it every day. So that all the things that they told you, how you were bad, how you were poor, how you were a thief, how you were a criminal, how you were a prostitute, how you were having poor grades in school, how you used to play funny, all these stories remain in the past, and you're focusing on your future, moving on to 2026. Right. So that's one of the things that we're going to do on day two. Right. So we're helping you to write your story. So you're going to allow more metaphors to actually take leadership as you prepare yourself to the global citizen contributing to the African Rise. Day three is going to be the one dream declaration. I dream. A dream becomes powerful when written. So we're going to help you to write down your dream so it can become, of course, powerful as you write it. Therefore, the dream without movement is a vision. Okay? How can you be able to rise to the African Rise Global Conference as a volunteer, as a leader, and as a speaker? Then, day five, find your tribe. No one rises alone. So find your tribe. You have to rise. Johnny Tai will tell you it's better. You need to rise together. So Johnny Tai has tribes, and we have some of us, we are part of the tribe, and no one rises alone. So you need to find your tribe, right? You need to find your tribe. How do you find the right tribe for you? How can you be a good tribe? So that's what we're going to be looking at day five. And then we're going to be doing leadership in service. How literally leadership in service, nothing more than nothing less. So how you can serve your community. And we're going to be focusing here on people who are already jobless, unemployed. How you can get employment after the 7 years challenge, all right, through service to the community. And that is leadership that is worth emulating. And finally, day seven, we're going to be looking at your voice create your reality. Like many of you know my story. I literally created every success I've ever had in my life with my word. I spoke to myself. And then with what I spoke to myself destroyed everything anybody has ever spoken about me negatively. And God heard my own version of the story, my own voice. And that is the outcome He gave me. So, how can you recreate your life, your future, your destiny with words? I am a perfect example of that. And I did that. And it works like, just like, what that means, water. Works like magic. So, that is a little bit. Oh, and after day 7, we are going to do a grand completion ceremony of this, okay? And of course, on the day of the conference, we are going to be, of course, celebrating those who went through the challenge. That's going to be physically. Like, we're doing the conference in Cameroon, we're celebrating them in Cameroon. We're doing it in Rwanda, we're going to be celebrating them in Rwanda. And so that is the focus of the challenge, to get you immerse yourself in rewriting the African narrative, beginning with yourself. Because for Africa to rise, you have to stop telling other people to rise, telling other people to make Africa rise or greater. You have to begin with yourself. Because if you don't rise, Africa will not rise. And when you rise, your neighbors will start rising, your siblings will start rising, your community will start rising. And that is how Africa is rising. So that is literally what the challenge is all about. All right. So if you want to be part of the challenge, good for you. So back in the WhatsApp community, we are going to drop a poll, and for those who want to start become the challenge, it's not we don't have time right now to do this. Like this week is 1st of January. First week of January, we're launching the challenge. That's when we start. And like I said, I'm excited that my man James is joining me in this challenge. Okay, for day 1, to give a talk to all those who are gonna be going through the challenge and say some things as we kick off with the challenge. So we're going to make a poll right in the WhatsApp community where all the volunteers are. If you're not in the community right now, I want to encourage you to talk to Noel, talk to myself, talk to any of our leaders in this call right now to get to WhatsApp group, because we'll make a poll. And for those who want to be part of the challenge, you can definitely join the challenge, right? So the rest of the information about the challenge will be disclosed right by our community, the WhatsApp community, and to any of the community that will need to share the information there. So congratulations for making it through the Africa Must Rise Global Conference. What a 3 days of transformation. What a 3 days of blessing. What a 3 days of impactation, of rewriting the story of Africa. And guess what? This is just the beginning, friend. It can only get better. We're doing this thing as part of the covenant, and we are not permitted to fail because it is signed and sealed, and God has approved it. We are not permitted to fail. Wherever you're watching this video, we are not permitted to fail, and nothing can stop us. Because if God says it, then no man can revoke it, except that God changes his mind. I know who I am. I know what I'm talking about. I know the God has said. I know where we're coming from, and I know where we're going to. And together as a team, we can fail God, because each one of us represent not only himself or herself, but a whole generation. You can't drop the mic, like I said in my opening keynote. You are here because your parents worked hard to pay your school fees, purchase you all the resources you needed. You can't tell me you're an orphan. People fought for you. People took care of you. People carry your mess. People clean you up. When you were sick, when you were a small kid growing up, somebody helped you, irrespective of whether your parents are alive or not. Somebody got you where you are. And they did not come here on their own. Our great parents did that for them. Somebody did that to our great parents. Our great parents did that for them. And it's a whole generation that they have eventually handed us the mic. Did you get that? The generations handed us this, and you are not permitted to drop the mic. You are not permitted to drop the mic. Because if you dare drop the mic, you are cutting off and you're destroying another generation. I don't mind where you are right now listening to where you're going to be listening to me after. That is the truth. That's why I say and I repeat again. We are not permitted to fail. And for Africa to rise, we mustn't fail. In our tasks, our assignment, in our mission, in everything on our table given to us to execute as part of this mandate, as part of this mission, as part of this movement. So I literally just want to encourage you and to challenge you and to get you ready because we got to fire up. All right, friend, that is it. Thank you so much. I have to jump to the next meeting. This video is going to be played in the WhatsApp community so you can watch after. God bless you and looking forward to see you at the top. Talk soon. Cheers. Bye.